All right, so in the past, just to get down because the back of my knees hurt, it would just be like really hard like this, and I wouldn't be able to even sit like this. This would hurt really extremely bad. And then to get up, this is literally like with the face and everything, how I used to have to get up, and it was horrible, but now I can go down. I can sit down, the back of my knees don't hurt. I can get up, my hands hurt, I can squeeze them like nothing hurts.
There we go. Perfect. We're rolling everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Acemannan, the food technology, and you have now been on the technology for how long?
About a month and a half.
A month and a half. Mm-hmm. And what made you decide that you wanted to try it?
So, because I've been watching you, mm-hmm. and I have some things that have been bothering me, mm-hmm. like arthritis and things like that, and I like the fact of helping people and feeling better. So, mm-hmm. after watching you for a while and being on it, that's when I called you, and I said, hey, I want to give it a shot. Mm-hmm. And so then I just took your advice and took the first 2 products, and mm-hmm. I've been integrating a few more and having some results.
Mm-hmm. So you said about a month and a half.
Yeah.
And what was the first thing you noticed?
So the first thing I noticed is because my hands right mm-hmm. here are just like this kind of arthritis-y, and so I couldn't open things, mm-hmm. and it would hurt to carry things, and it would hurt to, hold a dumbbell, well, a barbell, mm-hmm. and just things were hard. Mm-hmm. And if I just bumped my hand on something, it would mm-hmm. really hurt. So, and it's generally right here in between the thumb and the pointer finger. Mm-hmm. And then it kind of moved up a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I felt like, to me in my mind, that's like the pain's moving away from one area and another. Maybe it's just going to start moving out. Mm-hmm. So that was painful, and like I couldn't do this without pain, mm-hmm. and now I can. There's a little bit still there, but I've only like a month and a half. Mm-hmm. I'm sure everybody's body is different, and everybody's mm-hmm. going to react different. And then the other thing I had was behind my knees. So for me to actually bend down like in a straight position and bend down, it would just be like so funny and comical, because I would have to go down and hold something mm-hmm. and move really slow. And then to get up, I'd actually have to like push myself up, making a face and try to like contort my body to get up. And it was painful. Mm-hmm. And now I can just go up and down with way much more ease. So I'm like, this stuff's cool. So
I'm gonna, when afterwards, I'm gonna record you doing that so we can show it. Do you have any videos of you in the past, you think? When you were not able to do it so well?
I don't know if I took any videos of me doing it. It's just because I didn't know that there was something mm-hmm. that potentially could make me feel better, because the mm-hmm. only thing that's ever happened to me in my whole life is the hip replacement mm-hmm. and really nothing else, because I've been training since I was like 17. Mm-hmm.
So why did you have pain in your hands and your wrists? Where did that come from?
I'm thinking it's arthritis, because
mm-hmm.
I'm thinking it's like, in my mind, mm-hmm. I think that a lot of people get arthritis.
Mm-hmm. Just from
the more I learn and hear people talk, inflammation mm-hmm. is what gives you arthritis.
So you didn't necessarily injure your hands?
No, but I did a year and a half ago. I mm-hmm. did fall on water, and I was trying to catch myself because it was on the same side as the hip. Mm-hmm. So when I put my this hand against the wall mm-hmm. to kind of brace myself to go down slow, which I did because I'm always paranoid of this hip, mm-hmm. because now it's good.
Yeah.
I could like press a lot, but it's still, so it caused my hand to get a little deformed. So I think that didn't help it to get better. Mm-hmm. But I would never do surgery, because I've heard hand surgeries are awful mm-hmm. and they don't always heal and they're painful and you can't do anything. So I thought I can handle a little bit of pain mm-hmm. rather than doing something like that. So really those are kind of like my only ailments. But then mm-hmm. when I was like following you and just like seeing all the results people are having on all different kinds of things, I'm just like, I have to do this. So
how long do you think it took until you started to notice something? I said it's only a month and a half so far for you, and I'm very excited to hear moving forward.
Well, I'm trying to remember, but at first I was reading the package and I was only taking I was taking 2 of the products, and I only was taking one.
Half a serving.
A half a serving. And then I started reading it, and I go, okay, I need to take 2 servings of both.
Yeah, one serving is two capsules, basically.
Yeah. So I changed it. So I think for sure within the first couple weeks. But I mean, I know I've seen people's testimonials of taking products that they notice things in a few days. But it's everybody's ailments are different. So
I think too. For some people it takes longer. That maybe have been really bad for a very long time. And actually, how old are you?
I was born in 1961.
Which is very impressive. And obviously you look very good already, and you were doing very well.
Thank you.
But now I'm very excited for you to continue and notice more things. But I think it's very important to talk about this, like even this early, to show people what it can do. Because personally, I'm on my 4th. It's probably starting to reach like 5 months now, and I'm still noticing results, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, and I've always been pretty healthy. Like I've never taken any kind of prescriptions or anything my whole life. So for me, I think I'm super healthy. I'm above average. So that's why I think sometimes too that maybe because I don't have a lot that it might take me a little bit longer. Where if people, I feel like if have more health concerns and more issues, they might notice it faster because they don't take care of themselves as well. But I am super excited I might up my dosage a little and then try some more things and add them into my routine because I just like the way it makes me feel. Like more, I feel like more energy and not as sore.
Yeah, I was going to say, what about training? Because you train, 5 days a week?
Yeah, at least 5 days a week.
And lift weights.
Lift weights 5 days a week and then a couple cardio days. But yeah. So I just feel like I don't have the pain because I always push myself every week and try to do more and have the better form and, do everything the right way. But I don't want to have pain. So I feel like it has helped me to even get stronger because I feel like there's more support.
Yeah, so, we're very similar. We have the same.
Yeah.
I had my hands too. That was my struggle.
Yeah, my hands. So that's like probably the biggest issue. In the back of the knees. That's like, what is that?
But you told me, I think it was today you said you were opening a can, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't.
Yeah, like no so I got so sick of having trouble with opening things that I bought one of those, those things, those jar openers that have the different widths, and even sometimes that was even hard. So if I couldn't get it to work, I would take a sharp knife and bang on the lid to loosen it. But today, something that I had brought here, it was on so tight. I don't know how it was so tight. And I usually, if I would squeeze something so hard, I had to stop because it hurt my hand. Yeah. But I opened it and it didn't really. I felt like a tiny little bit, but that's pretty much it.
I'm the same. I used to not be able to open things,
really?
And I would be so frustrated.
It's frustrating
because I'm like, I am not this old,
Yeah, because I would give them to Rick and I go, could you open this for me? I can't open it. And he'd just go click. I know. And I'm just like,
I can't even remember the last time I couldn't open something actually.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah. So I can. So I noticed that I can open things easier now. I mean, some things are still hard because they're super, super tight, like they're glued on. But for the most part, it's way easier.
Yeah. And so when you started, you used the Betalines?
I used the Betalines.
Acemannan.
And the Acemannan,
right? Yeah. Okay. And now you've started with the skin product, right?
Well, I haven't started
barely.
But I just got it, and I'm anxious to try that because, like I told you, if I run out of a product line, it was like perfect timing because then I saw this, and then you got it for me, and I'm just like anxious to try it. So I'm trying that, and then like the focus,
Mm-hmm.
just the different things I'm trying, and I like them.
And now we're going to see, now we have this on tape here. And now imagine we do the same interview like in 5 or 10 years.
Oh, I know.
And see what age you look then.
I'll be like superwoman for sure.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I just kind of want to follow your journey, and then we'll do it again in a little while.
Yeah, because
We'll
I'm
see how
anxious
you
to
feel
get to like the 3-month mark.
Yeah.
And then just keep going.
I said I was same. 3 months was amazing, but now I'm over 4 months and I'm still noticing improvements, which I'm like, wow, it's still coming.
Yeah, because it's so cool, because I've tried like a cream. It doesn't work.
No. We're going to go from the inside. Because
Yeah.
again, a lot of these things that we're dealing with, it's inflammation.
Yeah.
And then we put something on top of the skin, it's not going to take away the inflammation. So
No.
we want to go in, we want to go to the root cause
Yeah,
and reduce the inflammation.
because it's all in the inside.
And you also, just like me, we're athletes, and we do check our blood works, etc. So that's going to be very interesting to see. Myself, I did mine before I started the products, and now I'm about to go do it again soon to see, so we actually have some visual number proof.
Yeah,
as
so
well.
I have mine at home from the last couple of years. So when I go to my appointment in like a couple weeks, I can compare the two, because I didn't go before like you did. I wanted to, but I didn't. But I went a month and a half in, so I figure, I'm thinking in my mind that's enough time to because I'm seeing some results or feeling results, that maybe that will show in my blood panel.
And now you're also interested to try, because you received some results and you got curious about everything about we're helping children, and now you want to go out there and talk to people and be a part of it. And now you're basically doing the same as I do.
Yeah, I love it, because I'm like a person kind of like you. I like to help people. I've always been like that. And I know so many people with just different ailments, and I want them to just give it a shot. You don't know if something is going to work for you unless you try it.
Exactly.
If you're a person that keeps trying this and this and this and this and this, then maybe you have the mindset to keep trying something else. So when you hear about something and you're seeing such a total different way of doing stuff, why wouldn't you want to try it?
Yeah. And then we know, thanks to close to 30 years of science and testimonials, we know that this works. We know it. It's proof. And everyone's different. Like I said, I asked you yesterday, what is it that made you believe that this could work? And you said you heard me talk about it, and because you have been following me and listening to me, for you, maybe that was, enough for you to think, okay, maybe this is good. And then for some people, maybe they need to read science. Maybe they need to hear a lot of testimonials. Whatever it is, we have all the proof. So whatever people need, we can show it. And it's, what is it? Billions of dollars worth of research done on the Acemannan specifically that shows what it does in the body. So it goes into your body, increases your stem cells 300 to 400%. That's proven. The beta-lines reduces inflammation 47% in 9 days. Helps wound healing. I think that's 35%. And goes in, rebuilds your immune system, and helps your gut heal. And we have 80% of our immune system in our gut. And I think most people in the world knows now that the gut has something to do with a lot of things in the body. I think
because a lot of people have gut issues. A lot. Like me, I'm lucky. I don't have allergies. I am not allergic to anything. I've never really had anything. So I can understand when people are frustrated and things, but if they don't really get it, or they don't really know, and they don't try something that works different, then you got to give yourself a chance. And then like you said, maybe people need the science.
Yeah.
But I've known you for over a year, and I watch you, and I believe a lot of stuff you say, and then when I see it and I see other results and more things that you're sharing and other people that are doing the same, it's easy for me to just go, wow, that is really cool. But I know you. Like some people might be looking at us like, I don't know, I need more stuff. But it's really easy when you know somebody and you know all the stuff they're experiencing. And then when you start having all your friends that you know could use this, it's just like you want to help them.
Yes. And that's what we got to do. I think somebody watching you, I said, I'm very curious to see what people that know you will say now when maybe they have seen you struggle with certain things.
Yeah.
And now they see you do it without struggle and probably get curious. Hey, what did you do? Why is this working now?
Believe me, they're saying that. They're going, they're like, I go, you've seen me struggle, right? Oh, yeah.
So that's proof in itself. So everybody out there, like, give it a shot, and then you're wondering, how am I supposed, I can do what you guys do. How am I supposed to promote it? You are the promotion. If you have any sort of concerns or issues, and your friends and family, loved ones, whatever it is, coworkers, see you having pain or struggle with something, and then suddenly you don't anymore, and they're going to get curious.
Yeah, because I do have a lot of people that are curious, and then they tell me, I'm struggling with this and this and this, and I feel somebody could just have all these different issues in their body, and other people can just say, I'm so tired and I'm so sluggish, and I don't know, I got to lose weight, or I got to do this, or I got to do that. I know something that you should give a try. It could really help you.
I think everyone out there, even us that were pretty health freaks before this, look at us. Both of us had arthritis, even though we were so damn healthy. Yeah. So just living in this world, everyone has something going on.
Everyone has something.
I would be very surprised. I'm sure there is somebody out there, but I'm sure everybody has something that could get better, that could improve. Everybody, and if not that, who wouldn't want to age slower or DH? Who wouldn't want to do that?
Yeah, because I got quite a few years on you. But not that many people believe it. But like, I feel that I'm lucky the path I chose when I was really young.
Yes.
I mean, maybe I wasn't always the smartest on how to do things, but I learned as I got older how to get muscle and how to do stuff and how to eat better and eat right. And I look around at the general population and I don't want to be that. I want to be healthy, because I know so many people that aren't healthy and have all kinds of issues, and they just don't know what to do. So it's like a passion in me, like just like listen and just try something. Let me just try it.
Yeah.
You have nothing to lose if you've tried everything else.
And then what I said, I think it's important for us to also talk about everything, better lifestyle, better food choices, more, exercise, movement, mental training, everything we need to talk about. And I said, when I used to do coaching, I used to go to people and I said, you need to eat better, you need to exercise more. And for a lot of people, it's not that easy. They think they're going to do it, but they don't. And what we can do with the food technology, which I realize is it actually, when it goes in and starts to rebuild people's immune system and start to heal the body, everything changes. Their cravings get less.
Yeah.
Everything changes. Actually, your taste, your hearing, your smell, everything changes.
Energy, it's like
energy, everything. So when you have less cravings and you have more energy, maybe you want to go train. Maybe you want to eat better. So I am very grateful that I found this, because it helps me help people.
That you found it too.
Yeah, because it's a little easier to help people now.
Yeah, because even if people, I've talked to so many people that maybe they don't even have that many ailments or that they talk about, but they don't go to the gym because they walk in the gym and they're intimidated and they don't know what to do. So it could be all a whole mess of things that confuse them. How do I work out? Like, I'm not that motivated, or I don't feel this great. But you're right. If your body's feeling better from the inside because you have less inflammation, wouldn't that make sense that you would have more energy? Then maybe you would want to work out. Maybe you would want to make better health choices. And you don't have to do a 360 in the first couple of days, just baby steps.
But I know too, so we have another product, obviously, that helps with hormones. And if you have an upset stomach, and then you have no energy, and then your hormones are all over the place, so you're probably moody. Of course you don't want to train. Of course you don't want to eat well, because you don't feel right. But when these things, imagine you wake up in the morning and you have a lot of energy, and you think, you know what, maybe I need to do something. I have a lot of energy, I want to do something.
Yeah.
So I say it's so helpful, because I actually, at one point in my life, my hormones get really bad. And so I know what it feels like. And I said I managed it through lifestyle and food. I was just so stubborn and determined to fix it. But at that point, it wasn't for a long period of time, but I was so tired that I barely had energy to go and pee. Like,
Really?
that's how bad it was. So I know what it feels like for people. I know what that's like. It's miserable. You don't want to do anything. But as an athlete, like I'd still drag myself to the gym, but I did not want to do that. I felt like garbage. So I know what it feels like, and it's definitely not fun.
Well, I fortunately have never had that. Like, there's been times where I'm like, oh, I don't really feel like working out today, but in my mind, that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse if it's dark out, if it's raining out, if it's snowing out, if it's cold, if it's whatever. I don't feel like it. I just like go. If I'm on vacation, I train. I mean, I make things happen because I want to feel a certain way. So when you just learn all this stuff, and then stuff like this comes along that can even make you better.
Yep.
Live longer, have more energy, feel good, because nobody wants to just be stagnant. And if you're just sitting around all the time and you're just upset and freaking out about your ailments, but you don't choose to do anything about it, it's not going to get better.
No.
And who wants to walk around, hunched over or
but we're so trained to think that that's what we're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You think that when you reach a certain age, this is just what you are. But no, that's not true. We don't have to be like that at all. And I know, but when I was very young, I thought that I want to be like 50. That's about it, When I was young,
I know people that
thought
say
so.
that. I mean,
and now I'm thinking, 50, but that's nothing.
No.
And I've talked to some people that say, I don't want to be that old. But I said, I don't think it's about the age. The number doesn't matter. You don't want to be old and miserable.
Exactly.
But what if you're 80, but you feel like you're 50? Why wouldn't you want to continue? You just don't want to be like an 80-year-old that we think an 80-year-old is. That's what we don't want.
Yeah, because if I'm that old, I feel, or if I'm that age, age, but I feel like I'm 40.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm your age. Like, and I can probably
I feel like
kick so many asses.
I don't even know. I feel like I'm 15 sometimes.
Of younger people. Like, because I do it. I don't make excuses. I can fit it in, whether it's food or whatever. I take my food with me. Like, I don't want to make an excuse to not feel good or just to not take care of myself.
Yeah.
There is no excuse.
Nope. And I said, I've had scoliosis my whole life. So when I think about it, I feel better now at almost 40 than I did when I was 15. Because when I was that age, I had so much pain in my back all the time. So I was like, yeah, I feel like a child because I didn't feel that good back then.
Because who would think that at 15 that you could feel that much better when you're in that kind of pain when you get older? You're thinking, oh my God, I'm only 15.
I'm probably even younger. I still have memories of when I was trying to sleep and my back would hurt because I like to sleep on my stomach when I was young, which is not a great idea for the lower back, right? And I would wake up and it would hurt a lot.
Well, I know some people a girl that I went to high school with, she was a couple years younger than me, but I remember used to seeing her on social media, like on Facebook when it was more before Instagram and stuff. And she got in an accident or something at her work. She was like in the medical field and she was like always on her back. Like she has the worst back things. To this day, I'm not quite sure because she's not out there as much, but she was always telling her story, and then she was in lawsuits, but she was miserable. And I'm just like, I'm so lucky, but just think if she would have found something like this sooner, maybe, I mean, I don't know what she's doing now, but just people that, it's like, I just feel so lucky.
Yeah. And I said this, so obviously I found out about this early this year, and knowing how long it's been around, what is it, like close to 30 years, something like that. And the science has always been out there, but we just haven't been allowed to know about it, basically.
I know, isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah.
It's like, that's like kind of sad. Because if it's something so simple, that could potentially help you. I mean, not potentially, that can help you.
Yeah.
It's sad that it's hidden away.
Yeah. But it's like I said, anything, when people really think about it, anything from the nature is here for us. in different ways. And like we were talking to Joel yesterday, and he said, we're meant to eat food and then throw our food out in the soil.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, you think that, ooh, that's gross. But no, that's how it's meant to be. We're meant to go outside. We're meant to use herbs. We're meant to be in the sun. All these things. But slowly but surely, they almost train us. And think about when you were young, and some of these things are probably like, I don't want to do that.
I know.
But when you really think about, of course, like that's how it's supposed to be.
I know.
And then the more I think about it, the more things just make sense. I was like, oh my God, it makes perfect sense that all of these things are here for us, and they do good things for us.
It's just not everybody wants to know that.
That is true. Yes, some people don't want to know. Mm-hmm.
They don't want to try.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of give up in their mind.
Yeah.
It could be the type that sit in the house on a computer or TV all day. They don't get outside in the air. They don't get outside and get exercise. Mm-hmm. They don't move. Mm-hmm. They get stiff. They just get old, or they could be young people that are just stuck in their house, and their parents never have them get outside.
Yeah, but that's the parents' responsibility too. A lot of parents don't do that now. They don't take the children out. It's like when I was a kid, we were out and freaking falling in the dirt and falling. I fell down trees and stuff sometimes.
We were out from the morning, and then we'd come back for dinner.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Back in the days when it was probably safer to be outside, but it's like more like you're outside. There was no computers then, and I mean computers and all that's
every
fine.
Child has
technology,
a pad
but,
now,
Yeah,
iPad
but you
whatever.
need to do other things, and you need to focus on stuff that's good for your health too. Mm-hmm. Not just sit there and have your brain all twisted on a computer or a game.
It's the same. I'm all about internet and all this stuff. It's great, but I remember when I was young, you paid for the internet, and then mom says, okay, you got 20 minutes. Ding, 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 ding. It says, and then damn, somebody picked up the phone, and there was no more of that,
I know.
And I almost miss these things sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't know. Now we have this cool stuff that we're learning and discovering, and
yes. So I said it's good and bad. We have to be able to have limitations on ourselves. I even put a reminder on my own phone now. It would tell me a certain time in the evening that it's time to put it down.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Actually, I think I set it up by mistake. But now it pops up, bing! It's time to, I don't remember what it says. It's time to close the screen. I was like, oh, yeah, correct.
Yeah, I need to get better at that. But like I said, baby steps on stuff. But my health, to me, is like the number one.
Yeah, because if you have your health, then you can help other people.
Yep.
And I think there are also people out there who I think thrive on just misery, that just wants to suffer. And, everyone to themselves. But for everyone who does not want to suffer, we're here for it. We're here for you.
Yeah. So if you're willing to learn, you can give us a shout out.
Yeah. And education. That's what we have. We're here to educate, because the more people know, the more they're going to be able to make good choices for themselves. Because there's a lot of people don't have knowledge. People don't know anything about food. They don't know anything about how the body works or how the mind works or what food does for the body. They don't know anything.
Well, some people don't even know, and I'm not making fun of them at all. I don't make fun of people. I don't judge people. You do what you want.
The system has created this. Yeah.
Some people don't know what a carbohydrate is. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of forms of carbohydrates. But
yes,
just little things like that. But if you're not learning it, and you're not into it like we are, the athletic mind, the healthy mind, then it makes sense that you wouldn't understand it. Yeah. But if you want to feel better, you got to, get that mindset and be willing to make some changes. It's not easy. It's not always easy. I mean, it's easy for me. It's easy for you because we've been doing it for so long, and we care about stuff.
We started somewhere too. I actually used to eat only carbohydrates when I was young. That was all I ate. I didn't like protein, but now I know better. Yeah. So I get it.
I've always liked everything, but you got to still choose your hard.
Yeah.
You got to go through the hard. Mm-hmm. And then fabulous things can happen.
Yes.
Amazing things can happen. And who I can't believe that there's people out there that would rather suffer and complain and keep trying things because they hear it in they want to try the next gimmick. They're not really willing to help themselves when you can
Yeah.
feel so good.
But I think too, a lot of people, they're almost doing their things are not working, right? So they're suffering and things are, the body isn't working well, but they still try the same nonsense again, thinking that it's gonna work, but it never did before.
Exactly.
And it's just another version of the same nonsense, and then it's not gonna work again. Like just an example, like a lot of girls, they want to lose weight, right?
Yeah.
And then they do some sort of diet, and I've talked to a lot of them, and then you give them, because I understand nutrients more, so I'm giving them some. No, this this is gonna work. They say, no, it's this. This is what I've done before, and that worked. Well, you are here now asking for help, so it didn't what you did before didn't work, right? But still, they're like, no, because we've been trained that, we're supposed to think a certain way about certain things. Like you and me had a fat conversation, right? People think we're supposed to be scared of fats, or we're supposed to be scared of red meat, or all these things they make up. But that's not it, though.
No, it's not that at all. I hear so many people, red meat, so bad for you. It's so bad for you if you eat too much meat. I'm like, I eat it every day.
Yeah, but I said it's about the quality, though.
Yeah.
Because where are you buying your red meat? Where are you buying your vegetables? Where are you buying your fruit? What kind of carbs are you eating? Where are you buying them from? Who made them? How do they process it? All of these things matter, and my steak is not the same as your steak. And I can eat my red meat all the time. It's not going to hurt me, but some meat will, yes.
Yeah.
But not
the wrong crap.
All the meat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. This one girl I was coaching one time, she was like, she had the book. I told her, write down your workouts, write down your food, write down, because some people need that.
Yeah.
So I had a whole book that had everything about everything in it. So she could always have somewhere to go to find stuff. And she comes to me after a week and sits down on the floor in the gym, and she goes, I'm so depressed. I go, why are you so depressed? She goes, because I've been doing this and it doesn't work. I go, let me see your book. With French fries and all these different things written down, and some no meals, and not consistently in working out. And I said, look, I go, you're paying me because you want to get better at your working out and eating and your nutrition and just your health overall, everything, but you're ready to give up after a week? I go, do you know what I do? Like, you have to be consistent for the first month, get through the first month, and then the second month, and the third month, and the fourth month, and then as you get stronger through all the stuff and staying consistent with everything from sleep to water to food to attitude to mindset to everything, then that's when you start changing your habits. You go, and that's when you're going to start seeing results. There's no fast fixes. No. There's nothing quick.
And the body doesn't like fast
things.
And
if you do something really fast, most people, they're doing it for the vacation, for the photo
and then
shoot, for the wedding.
Let go of everything.
And then they come back, they go on the wedding. And people I even know used to go do those silly body wraps where you sit in a body wrap to lose 2 inches in an hour. Then they go on vacation and they pull into the vacation and they sit down at the bar and they order chips and salsa and margarita, and boom, it's all back.
Yeah, because
like,
it was just water retention.
Suffer all that for nothing. So people, they come back and then everything's gone to hell, because it's not going to work if you just do it for a minute.
No.
That's why when I go on a trip, but I'm different than most people. Like I said, I'll stay in an Airbnb so I can have some of my own food and do my own thing, so I don't have to go out to every meal and eat bad stuff out of a restaurant or eat the wrong things. Because it's like if you're sitting there eating French toast and bacon and eggs and butter and just all kinds of shit, you're just going to want to keep eating it.
Yeah.
And so, like me, I want to feel good on my trip. I don't want to...
And I think, too, people need to... I'm not saying that people shouldn't eat out.
Exactly.
But people need to start understanding that you can't just trust everything everywhere.
No.
Because if you're going, I want to be able to enjoy myself. But if you go into a restaurant, you have no clue what kind of food that is. And everyone needs to understand that all of these restaurants are probably trying to find whatever is cheapest to sell. And do a little research. Like I have done, I don't eat out barely ever, but I have very few dedicated spots that I've done research and looked into and tried. And I was like, you know what, this seems good, which I'm going to take you to tomorrow, one of them. And then I would just go there. So I wouldn't just pick a new place every week because I don't know what the heck that is. Like, people need to question a little bit. And every now and then, if you do decide, I do sometimes too, okay, damn it, today I'm just going to eat this thing right here, and I understand that there might be consequences here.
Yeah. Well, I do that every once in a while because I am a foodie. I love food. If, like I told you, if there's food sitting out on my counter all day long, I could graze and eat food all day long. I could probably out-eat most people, but I do enjoy going to restaurants, different restaurants, trying different food. But I know that all food isn't
You
completely
probably wouldn't
healthy,
do it every day either.
But I wouldn't do it every day. But if I do it once in a while, then I probably am not going to be the type of person that's going to go research the restaurant.
Yeah.
Because I don't hardly go out that much anyway. So I figure I'm very healthy the way I am, and I follow my own guidelines that I know works for me. So therefore, I can be more flexible like that because I know that tomorrow I'm going to go back to my normal habits. So it's not going to be that hard on me. So that's why I understand when people are starting from scratch that it's hard. Right?
It's been hard for all of us.
But it was hard for me.
Yeah.
When I first started to learn how to do macros,
yeah,
I wanted to throw my phone.
I had for 3 years straight, I had food alarms on my phone, and I had carried my food all over the place, and I don't know how many cold meals I ate.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying people have to do that.
No.
These days, I barely ever eat a cold meal because I figured out how to work with my life with it. Yeah. But you have to start somewhere, and maybe it is a little extra difficult in the beginning when you're trying to learn this new way of doing things, but it gets easier and easier and easier. And now I don't need a food alarm on my phone anymore. I don't need them because I am so used to this now. And the same with drinking water. You know what? I didn't love water in the beginning either. Right. So I started doing water drinking sessions to try to drink more water. And now I just drink because I don't even need to think about it anymore.
Yeah, because I know it's good for you. But like some people ask a lot of questions like, how often do you food prep? Well, years ago, I used to food prep on Sundays.
Yeah.
And it'd take the whole day.
Yep.
Nowadays, I multitask. If I'm getting up in the morning, because I work out in the morning, if I go to the gym, but I need to cook some food, I take it out of the fridge, make it get to room temperature, I come back, and if I got a busy day, I'll throw it in the air fryer. Some potatoes or some steak or some chicken or whatever. It takes a few minutes to cook while I'm multitasking, making some food, put it in the fridge, it's done. And sometimes I can make 3 or 4 things and eat and multitask at the same time. I don't spend hours in the kitchen.
No.
So I want to be prepared so when I go somewhere, I can take however many meals I think I'm going to need for the amount of time I'm going to be gone. And that's what I do. And some people will go, well, your food can't be that good. And I'm like, my food is very good because I know how to cook and make stuff with flavor.
Yes.
But
I love my food
think
too.
everything's really hard. It's not hard.
No.
You just have to, it's hard at first because if you can get through a week.
When you find your ways. I used to do the same. I would meal prep on Sundays and it would take the whole day. I did that for a while and then I'm like, you know what, this is not how I want to do things. And now I do exactly like you. I just kind of throw it in there. I love the air fryer. That was my choice of a way of cooking. Doesn't mean everyone has to do that.
No.
That was my way because it simplifies it. I don't have to watch it. I make, and I said, people that have come to my house for a steak has always been impressed. I'm like, yes, I cook my steak in the air fryer and it's freaking delicious.
I know.
And people no, don't do that. You haven't tried it.
Yeah. Because I like I said, I don't want to go out to a barbecue. I live in an apartment. I don't want to walk outside by the pool to the hot barbecue in the heat or the cold and stand there and grill my food. Air fryer works so perfect. I mean, it's not like getting a steak in a restaurant or on the barbecue, but it's pretty freaking damn good.
Oh, the steak in the restaurant doesn't compare to my steaks.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched you make your steak and eat it. But
it's also the quality of the steak I get.
Yeah,
and I actually had this brownie I made for you now that you're gonna try tomorrow. I had somebody I know that was very skeptical about this brownie and was just, that is not good. I said, you haven't tried it. Can you try it?
They don't like the ingredients?
I don't know because it's healthy. Healthy equals not tasty. That's what people think. fast forward, this person did not want to try this damn brownie for a year or something, and then eventually tries this brownie. Wow, this is so good. I'm like, I told you. But they made up their mind already before they even tried. This is not good.
I know.
Have an open mind, give it a try. If you still hate it, fine.
That's what I've always said to people. Just try it. Just take a bite. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. But
people can experiment with their own things. Try it. It doesn't take. Just how quickly I made that brownie.
Yeah,
before?
like 10 minutes because you made 2 batches. You made 2 batches together.
2 batches, and I throw in the freezer overnight because that's how I like. Technically, you could eat it now, but I like it that way.
Super
everyone,
cold and,
yes, I like when it's more solid.
Well, some of the treats I make are the same thing. They're fast. I learn them from, my coach's wife. Great recipes and easy. They have black beans in them and different stuff. You throw everything in the processor, kind of like you just threw everything in your blender thing. Mix it all up, and like some of the recipes I use, you stick it in the oven for 12 minutes. It's done. And then I shared it with someone recently, and they were like, "Oh my God!" Just to think that you can have that or a cupcake or something versus going to a restaurant and having something that's probably got 3,000 calories in it
and
all
also
kinds of fat.
And a lot of times these things. I mean, I'm not saying always, but I bought things out, and like if you go to a store or something, they're probably not fresh to begin with.
Exactly.
It's not that tasty. The thing I make, it's fresh.
Yeah.
Like how this definitely tastes better.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I went out last week with my family because we were celebrating my niece's birthday and my brother-in-law's birthday. And I wanted to eat what they were all eating. But I knew that I was doing a photo shoot with you in like a week. So I'm like, I'm going to hold out. I'm not going to, because when I am doing something, I won't go off because I want the end result. But on their menu, they had a butter cake, which I love. I mean, I love sweets and restaurants and stuff. So if I go out, I'll splurge. But I'm not like going to do it. But when you can make something super healthy at home with better ingredients and still get the same, like, wow, that's really good, then why wouldn't you rather do that?
And I like also the ways that I love to eat. I love burgers and pizza and baked goods. I love all of it. And you can eat that. You can eat all these things, but you can make it with real foods and real ingredients and quality stuff. And I had some point I ate something and I hung out with a friend of mine and I made my own homemade pizza and then I baked brownies and cookies. This person went out and bought pizza and went to the store and bought brownies and cookies, whatever it was. So we basically ate the same thing. I probably ate twice as much as this person.
Did you guys compare? Or did you just have your stuff and they had their stuff?
Yeah, I offered my things. The person didn't want these things and bought it out instead. And the day after, I remember I woke up. I felt good. I felt full. I felt like, oh, I'm going to have a hell of a workout today. And I asked my friend, how are you feeling? I was like, oh, I feel like I'm not okay. And I was like, I want to be able to eat all these things I like and wake up and feel good.
Feel good.
I don't feel like I want to just drop dead.
I agree.
Because you can. People don't even know that you can.
It's easy once you learn it.
Yeah, that's the thing. You just have to freaking try.
And it's not that hard to learn it.
No, and so I'm thinking, like, okay, so if anybody out there, let's say you get a new job. It's going to take some time to learn, right?
Yeah.
With everything in life, it takes a little bit of time. But when you have been at your job for a little while, whatever time it takes for you, you know everything. It's the same here. Give it a little bit of time, and it's so easy.
If you want to build a house, you have to have enough 2x4s, right?
Yeah.
If you want to buy a new car, you've got to save some money.
Yeah.
So it's like everything you do.
But the difference here is that you can have a job for a while. Maybe you switch job throughout your life. You do the work on your health once. That will last you your entire life.
Yeah.
And you only have to really put in the hard work one time.
Yeah.
To learn it. Once you learn, it's like riding a bike, right?
Yeah.
When you've learned it, you've learned it. You don't need to learn it again.
Yeah, but don't go into it with the mindset, I'm just going to do this for my wedding.
No,
then I'm just going to let it all go to hell because it will go to hell. And then you're like, but I tried this. No, you didn't. You just followed a diet plan that's only temporary.
Yes.
I just always look at it like the word diet has the word die in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't ever want to be on a diet. I just want to
Yeah.
learn
It's
the right
just
way to
become
eat.
a bad thing. And then what I've also read, diet is just living. Like it's become something bad. No, that's just this is just eating. Or yeah, people always question this thing. Oh, you're eating so boring. So what are you gonna eat after you're done with this competition or this
I know.
what the same thing? Like I don't know what you want me to say. I love my food.
I know.
I'm gonna eat the exact same thing. Probably just eat a little bit more of it.
I know. Now I'm
There's
gonna eat
really no
more.
difference. My meals look exactly the same the entire year. And then once in a while, I do something. I mean, once in a while, maybe I'll bake a pizza or I'll make a pizza or something. It doesn't mean I'm going to eat pizza every day.
Exactly.
But I don't even want to eat that every day.
Unless it was guilt-free, I could probably eat it every day.
I don't think I would.
I
I'm
wouldn't,
not-
but
yeah.
it's my favorite thing.
My favorite thing is steak. Now, it's changed throughout my life.
I do love steak.
And the omelet,
pizza, and
my
chocolate.
cheese omelet. And oatmeal. Oatmeal is my favorite thing
I
in
love
the world.
oatmeal too.
Yeah.
I actually love a lot of foods.
Yes, there's a lot. Okay, maybe we'll wrap up. This was good. And we're going to do it again later.
Yeah.
When you're on like month 3 or 4 or something, we'll do it
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Thank you.